advertises advertising. Advertising advertises advertising.
Our story could begin almost anywhere. On a busy corner in a busy city, or in a crossroads country store, in the office of a modern skyscraper, in the living room of a suburban home. For this is a story about the magic of modern advertising.
Start your day with a cereal from Toto. Start your day a little bit better. Better start out with a loaf. With a little bit better cereal, fresh from Toto.
In every community, at every level, they are an intimate part of our daily lives.
Somewhere over the billboard.
They have exerted a tremendous influence on American social, political, and economic thought.
Dorothy.
They have helped mold our ideas and ideals, our ethical and social concepts.
All forms of violence are a quest for identity. When you live out on the frontier, you have no identity. You're a nobody. Therefore, you get very tough.
Now which way do we go?
You have to prove that you are somebody. And so you become very violent. And so identity is always accompanied by violence. This seems paradoxical to you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We really have so this is the medium.
The literate man is the natural sucker for propaganda.
I do believe in spooks. I do.
I've got a gal lives up on that hill. These are the people. This is the real.
Ordinary people find the need for violence as they lose their identities. So that is the way the cookie crumbles, sort of thing, where you don't know what's going to happen. These are people minus identity.
What do you think you're doing? Well,
up a tree, all at sea,
Ain't here. Oh, dear.
up in the air.
Look.
Let's get back down to earth.
Oh, this is it.
Nature's most nearly perfect food is milk.
I wish I was a simultaneous dew line.
And this is itself a ritualistic participation in a large process. Television fosters and favors a world of corporate participation in ritualistic programming. It needs a ritual, a rhythm, and a pattern. And that's why a lot of advertising on TV, you see, is too hot, too special, too fragmentary. Doesn't have that ritualistic flow.
Cheer beats even the leading cold water detergent.
Wait till you see my kids tomorrow.
I'll be watching. All temperature cheer.
Where does that leave us? It leaves us under surveillance.
Who feels like singing on such a gloomy day?
I'll show you how to brighten it up.
How?
What you need is sun power. Just follow me.
Gosh, who are you?
Sun for Kellogg's Corn Flakes. I come to Earth each sunny day from 93 million miles away. Sun for Kellogg's Corn Flakes. I'm on the beam from early morn, scattering sun to fields of corn. Corn for Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Dorothy. Good news sells bad news. What is good news? Good news is advertising. Advertising is asking you to change and throw out what you have and buy something new. That is usually upsetting for most people. So the actual effect of advertising as good news is that it's bad news. Now, if you have a newspaper made only of advertising and good news, nobody's going to buy it. It's too upsetting. So you need a lot of bad news, tragedies, earthquakes, disasters, wars, murders, divorce, drug addiction, suicide, kids murdering their teachers. All this bad news gives the consumer of the good news a sense of surviving the tragedy of human life. So bad news serves the effect of distracting from the good news, so bad news has the effect of being good news to counter the bad news effect of the good news, which is advertising.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This space for sale. Your art museum here.
When are we going to get a television set?
Television? We can't afford a TV set.
But the Warburtons have a television set, and he doesn't make as much money as you do.
Alice, television is nothing but radio with eye strain.
But television is gradually replacing entertainment, and...
Alice, look, I'm not going to sit home every night and watch commercials. If I want to buy something, I'll go to the store and buy it. Besides, I like privacy in my living room. There'll be no TV set. All right, all right, all right. I'll get a set. We can watch TV in the poorhouse. Stop your crying.
Do you really mean it, Joe?
I said it, didn't I?
Okay, then. Surprise!
Advertising has helped give the American people the highest standard of living in the world, with more leisure time than ever before. Through educating consumers to the use of new modern products, it has actually helped to create this extra leisure time. Consumers have to be informed of the goods and new products available.
Oh, that's all right. Now you can open them. We'll gaze into the crystal. What's this I see? A house with a picket fence.
Then you have Toto. Toto is the artist pulling the curtain aside to reveal the hidden ground. What's the hidden ground of this advertising, this manipulative satire? The environment. What's the environment? Electricity. So Toto, Tutu, represents the electric effect, which is always undermining whatever's established. That's why there's always new news, there's always new ads, countering the process of each other. Tutu is Toto. Toto is the anti-environment, which is the environment itself. That's why in a merge situation, in a fuse situation, advertising advertises advertising. It's all the same effect inside the same environment, which is inside the same effect. That's what happens when you put the satellite around the planet, and then you end up in the extension of the planet itself, and then it shrinks with the digital process.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, it's true, the whole world loves it just like you.
Kool-Aid is most refreshing. The Raja commands it for his whole family.
Now, the Wicked Witch of the West is the White House. The White House is the main organ for creating the word that makes the market. When the word makes the market, it's a kind of skywriting, which is what the Wicked Witch of the West does through the White House with her broom. Advertising is the satire, the Toto, revealing the hidden aspects of the skywriting done by the Wicked Witch of the West. Of course, now China is the Wicked Witch of the West.
You're soaking in it.
In dishwashing liquid?
It's palm olive.
When you're on the telephone or on radio or on TV, you don't have a physical body. You're just an image on the air. When you don't have a physical body, you're a discarnate being. You have a very different relation to the world around you. And this, I think, has been one of the big effects of the electric age. It has deprived people really of their private identity. Everybody tends to merge his identity with other people at the speed of light. It's called being mass man. By the way, one of the big marks of the loss of identity is nostalgia. Revivals of clothing, of dances, of music, of shows, of everything. We live by the revival.
Marshall McLuhan wrote to his mother and said, I got a new book coming out called The Mechanical Bride. It's a new kind of novel, perhaps a science fiction novel, where the ads and the cartoons or comics are the characters. No individual traditional novelistic human level in here. This is the media being treated as a novel. The great American novel obviously was the newspaper, went on day in 24/7, day in, day out. Now, with that in mind, television brings in a new form of advertising, which Marshall McLuhan summarizes in his book, Cultures Are Business. And why is Cultures Are Business? Because always speech and earlier, more innocent media provided community. Now that we're in the global theater in the 60s, 70s, what is community going to be created by? It's going to be created by advertising. So advertising puts on the myths of the culture, the sense of community and the passions, and it rules men not by imposing order on their passions, but allowing them to engage their passions. And the gold standard and Nielsen ratings of that situation, of the organizing of a post-Joseph Campbell mythology through advertising, the pickled stars of sports, the glamorous dupes of Hollywood, all these reference points are now gradually taken over by the people. So you begin with Archie Bunker, and the average working class becomes the image and standard of the community and its passions. So advertising is the modulating and the handicraft of media ecology, which is the programming of the whole environment, with advertising just a subset. But advertising mimes the media ecological programming by the solar theater, and that is where we were. Today, you are the ad, you are the result, you are the disease, you are the cure, and it's called YouTube, because it's all about you.
Nobody can call George Whipple an old fuddy-duddy. This new sign is right up with the times. Maybe this will stop the ladies from squeezing Charmin bathroom tissue.
Please don't squeeze the Charmin. Indeed. As if that could make me resist Charmin's cushiony, soft texture. So squeezably soft. Squeezably soft? I don't believe it. Try it and smell that wonderful fragrance. Oh, I never knew softness could be like this.
Ladies, you see, my new sign just blew a fuse. Now stay calm, everyone. Lady.
Why, Mr. Whipple, what were you doing when the lights went out?
Squeezably soft Charmin. If you haven't squeezed Charmin yet, you don't know what softness is.
You didn't have to go and hit me, did you? I'm just civilized. Substitute for magic. You didn't have to, did you, Mr. Adman?
Now get just loose and dance, Bob. Yeah, like, come on, man, get funky. Like, you're an ad agency guy. You're doing the ad agency thing, man. Like, you're doing the billboard. Yeah, I'm doing the billboard. I'm writing this billboard. You can't even talk. Say, I'm writing a billboard. I'm gonna tell, or sing all your themes, Bob. Like, go to the. What do you want the people?
Okay, I've done it, Jerry. I just did it. Okay, but you're telling me what to do, and I'm doing it. Okay, what's that? Is that it?
What's this? Technically, it's a cinder block, but in this commercial, it's an analogy. I think it's a nice, concrete way to show how you can get up and turn off that damn TV.
You could say that again.
This is the grandeur that was Venice, California. Venice has become a backwater of Bohemia in Los Angeles.
The Wizard of Oz? Us? Yes, you, the Wizard of Oz.
Nutritious enough for adults?
We must be over the rainbow. This has been a recorded announcement.